So I'm just going to cover some frequently asked questions that we would be asked at our breastfeeding workshop. A lot of women would ask how to cope and what to do with sore nipples. The first thing that we would say really is we would hope that your nipples wouldn't be sore. If they are, we've got to really have a look at the latch, at positioning and latch, and make sure that baby is achieving a deep latch to prevent nipple trauma. What we would recommend in the first few days in the hospital is you express your breast milk, your colostrum, onto your nipples and rub that in. It's got anti-inflammatories, antivirals, antifungals, antibacterials, every property that you'd go into a chemist and ask a cream for, that's in your colostrum. It's got great healing properties. So in the first couple of days, that is what we recommend. But we wouldn't just ask you to do that without looking to see why your nipples are getting sore. Again, back to position and latch. Is baby achieving a deep latch? Frequently asked question would be tongue tie. All these challenges are covered in the back of the HSE booklet, Breastfeeding a Good Start in Life. And it's very well referenced in the back of that book. Just to touch on tongue tie a little bit, because it is a frequently asked question. Some babies are born with tongue tie. And it really isn't about how the tongue appears, it's about how the tongue functions. A tongue might look restricted, but might function beautifully. So if you don't have any sore nipples, no recurrent mastitis or engorgement, and your baby's gaining weight and feeding well at the breast, then if there is a tongue tie there, it isn't causing an issue. It's if issues are caused, if your baby's having very short feeds or very long feeds, or you've got sore nipples, or due to inadequate removal of the milk, you are getting engorged, which can lead to a mastitis. Any issues like that, we've got to identify what's causing them, and sometimes that can be a restriction. Another frequently asked question when we're talking about expressing is partners like to get involved and to feed and bond with their baby, and mums would often ask, is that possible for her to express and for her partner to give the baby her milk? That is possible. Anything is possible. Anything that's going to keep your breastfeeding journey going is possible. But it's really important that you make an informed decision around this. If you skip a feed because your partner is giving your baby the expressed milk, it's important that you don't go for a long period of time without draining the breast. So if it means that you're not draining the breast and 5-6 hours has gone by in the early days, that could lead you prone to what we talked about earlier, engorgement and possibly mastitis. So make an informed decision around it. You may want to get up and just do a short express to make sure that you don't get blocked ducts if your partner does want to give your baby your expressed milk. So coping in the early days, how do you cope with, as Geraldine said earlier, a baby might feed anything from 8, 9, 10, 11 plus times in 24 hours, and that is physically demanding. The good news is, if you rest when your baby rests, you will release, a breastfeeding mum releases hormones that facilitates good deep sleep. So you'll get really good REM sleep cycles. It might be a short block of time that you're sleeping for, but that is quality sleep, and you will wake up feeling refreshed. Obviously you won't if you don't take the opportunity and sleep when your baby sleeps. It's the best advice that you will ever get. Okay, so sleep is really, really important. Again, drink to thirst, eat to hunger, and protect yourself. Put strategies in place to protect yourself. If you don't rest, you're not going to have the physical capability of looking after yourself and your baby. So look after yourself. Other cultures do this really, really well because they look after their breastfeeding mums. We're worth it. Your baby's worth it. Put strategies in place to protect yourself, and this will work. First couple of weeks can be difficult, but there's always a breastfeeding solution to a breastfeeding problem. If you protect yourself, look after yourself, things will get a lot easier. So speaking about supports, again, it is really important to link in with supports. If you can't physically go to a support group at the moment, a lot of support groups are cancelled, but you can access support, and you need to know how to access support. At the moment, we're available for phone support. You've got your public health nurse coming out to you as well. Your GP is another source of support. ALCI, or the Association of Lactation Consultants in Ireland, a lot of the lactation consultants are providing digital online support to mums as well. Other support groups would be Lalash League, Quidju, Friends of Breastfeeding. Again, they may have digital supports. Some really good videos. The video that we showed, the Global Health Media video, Attaching Your Baby to the Breast, a really good resource. If you watch that a couple of times, it's only 10 minutes long. Watch it a few times now when you're pregnant. Again, when you're in labour, watch it again, hit the refresh button with that. Really good resource. Stanford University is another really good resource for all things expressing. If you're expressing your breast milk, it's an excellent resource. And the HSE website, mychild.ie, is an excellent resource. It's got loads of information on it, and there's an interactive web chat. If you need to speak to a lactation consultant, they will get back to you. It is an excellent resource.